Child, so I am getting back on the journey of health and wealth, child. I was gone for a minute. Okay, now I'm back with the jump off. Goons in the club in case something pops off. Okay, whatever she said. All we want to do was party, Black Barbie, dressed in nothing but Bulgari, whatever the fuck, girl. Let me show you what I'm all about, how I make a Sprite can disappear in my mouth. Oh, yes, girl. Come on, honey. But anyway, I'm back on the journey, child. Back in the gym. On my way there now. It's been a minute. But it's time to snap out of it and get that back into my daily routine. I don't know. I don't know what it is, though. You know, it's funny how we stand in our own way. What's even funnier, you know, it's not really funny, but we're in the awareness of that as it's happening, as it's playing out, right? And you're just like, damn, did you know you procrastinating, or you standing in your own way, or you're your worst enemy? But to actually snap out of that, it takes a lot. Because, like, I was literally almost there. Like, last year, like, you know, that was a year I was, you know, repairing the mistake from the previous year. And I'm just tired of putting myself through those rewind sessions when it's really just me. Like, I keep allowing things to, you know, and I'll be real too. It's the active routine that also, my life is already a routine. Then you add this other routine. Even though this routine is going to help you, you know, for the betterment of your life, because I do feel like when you're exercising, you know, regularly, when you're eating healthier, I do feel like there's a certain peace that comes with knowing that, you know, you're active, you're healthy, you're, you know, I think, how can I put it? You start to feel good on the inside, and that vibrates throughout the rest of your life, you know? Yeah. I wasn't even going to really have this conversation, but I did want to speak to this real quick. Since we're talking about, you know, self-reflection, and, you know, my channel is all about, you know, doing the hard work, which is usually the work on thine self. You know what I mean? It's very difficult work because you are forced to pull back all of the layers, the good, the bad, and the ugly, the secrets, hello, the doubts, the fears, the ills, the wills, hello, God. Like, it's very hard work. It's easy when you do it, when you deconstruct to somebody else, but when you got to do it on thine self, child, it's very difficult. But I could tell you no lie, when you get into that space of doing the work on yourself, and you're no longer meeting every single thing with opposition, and because you get in your head that you've done no wrong, that you're not a bad person, that you're not this, that you don't make mistakes, that, you know, and that's just pure narcissism. And that was something I had to admit to myself many moons ago, is, child, you narcissist as fuck. You know, like, it's not all about you. It's not about woe is me. It's not, you know, life is life. Things are things. And sometimes it's really just that simple. It's not this, like, conspiracy against you, girl. And then you wonder why you live in a world of paranoia and doom and gloom. But something recently kind of forced me to look even deeper into myself. My nephew, right? Out of the blue, at least for me, it was out of the blue. I can tell now that this was something that he was contemplating, because the conversations that we would have, and that he would just randomly bring up about, you know, God, religion, and, you know, different thought processes and theories and understandings, if any, because let's be honest here, I don't think no one on the face of this earth, past, present, or future, has a true 100% understanding of God. Everyone makes him out to be a person when in reality he's everything, girl. Like, the spirit is every single where. Anyway, but my nephew, a couple weeks ago, started going to church. And you know, at first, you know, some girl invited him, and some of his homeboys were gonna go. It was some Valentine's Day event they were supposed to have or whatever. So I really didn't think nothing of it. I was like, okay, child, you know, he going out there, you know, little young fish done invited him and the boys out, you know, this Valentine's Day. They got games, you know, a lot of times the churches be giving away, you know, free candy and shit. So, okay, that's young people shit. Go right on ahead. So then, I guess after that fateful night, he wanted to continue to go to this church. And I was just like, y'all know how I feel about the church. I don't fuck with the church. I don't fuck with institutions. You know, I feel like God is everywhere. And I feel like institutions, especially nowadays, have become an ATM machine for the pastor and the people that work for the church. You know, I feel like churches, especially these mega churches, and girl, these Joel Osteen and the girls, right? I always talk about them. Dr. Creflo Dollar, Paula White, everybody, girl. Eddie Long, may he not rest, hello God, and burn for eternity in the lake of fire with his sins against humanity, girl, okay? But like all of the girls, they sit around here and they talk all this shit. Meanwhile, their entire, hello God, business setup is non-profit. They don't have to pay taxes. So everything they get outside of paying for the church and the building fund, well, guess what, mega church? You should be able to afford the building fund. You should be able to expand because you don't have to pay any taxes. You're putting your personal homes and property and things, your material stuff underneath the church's name. That way you don't have to pay taxes. To me, that should be against the law. But it is a law that protects people like that are in those situations. Certain things, especially, I always tell people, girl, taxes were not designed to be blessing us with refunds. That's just the smoke screen. The realty is tax season is the time, honey, where rich people get, they milk the hell out of this country. Off the backs of us, everyday workers. But anyway, this isn't about that. I don't, again, fuck with church as an institution. I don't fuck with the fact that people really believe that the American God is the God. Because if you grew up in China, you would believe something different. If you grew up in Russia, you would believe something different. If you grew up in Africa, you would believe something different. So this whole thing about Jesus and all this other stuff, like, I don't really fall to my knees when I hear stuff like that. I've read the Bible twice. I feel like I have a really close understanding of a lot of the hypocrisies and a lot of the foolishness, a lot of the personal bias that plays a major role in the Bible itself. I feel like the Bible itself is a scam. It is designed to touch your heart. It is designed to make you feel bad. It is designed to control you, to socially condition you, so you will live in fear and doubt of every little thing those little small-minded people back in the day lived around. Look at the Bible in its true entirety, and you will see that there's a lot of personal bias that goes into that. That's a human trait. To be envious, to be controlling, to be self-loathing. Those are human traits. Hello, God. I do believe in God. The God I believe in is beyond a lot of people's comprehension. There's a reason why all things have existed at some point. A lot of us cannot wrap our heads around another dimension, another realm, UFOs. A lot of us cannot wrap our heads around anything that we haven't, expanded our mind on. And I believe that look at what God created. The entire multiverse, the entire universe, our galaxy. You're going to tell me that our God doesn't have forethought? Our God doesn't have an imagination? Look at the complexity of a human body. Look at the complexities within the world and how the earth is structured to help us survive. Meanwhile, we destroy it. So my God is beyond y'all Christian God and what y'all believe in, girl. Because that God is foolish. The God that I know exists in this life, it's far beyond what we could comprehend. So if you're one of those people that think you comprehend God and you think you know God, that's not the right God. Because the real God, there is no comprehending him. Hello. Hello. Anyway, so, I just had a conversation with him. I was like, what is this for? I want to make sure that you're doing this for the right reasons. So I was real with him. This ain't over no girl, is it? He was like, actually, no, she didn't even show up the first time, and I really haven't seen her since. There was just something about the feeling, and to be honest with you, I'm discovering in myself that I want more positivity in my life. I feel as if the way I think and view things is very negative. And when he said that, something immediately clicked in me. And I was like, let me ask you this question. Do you feel as if the way that I am has made its way onto you? Because I do have a knack for, I have a dark sense of humor, and I think to young people, they don't really know you and your personality. And like, well, I'm a very dry, dark humor. Like, it may sound like all I talk about is doom and gloom, or my personality is negative in nature, but it's really not. There's a lot of life to me. It's just I've lived in a fucked up world for so long that, yes, a lot of my viewpoints do have, I'm not going to say a negative perspective, but an outspoken opposition to said life. Does that make sense? And I hope that makes sense, right? It's not about like, girl, I'm not out here just talking negative and whatever. And sometimes I do make jokes like when I do see people, but I had to really look within myself, and I was like, maybe to someone who doesn't really, he knows my personality, but I think sometimes he thinks that I'm just a real negative person because I do speak out loud and boldly, and sometimes it can be mistaken as ugly, but for me, it's funny. We all be laughing sometimes, especially when I'm doing lives, and I come for the girls real quick, and y'all know I'm just reading, I'm having a good time. I'm not really, I'm not really feeling that way. I don't mean no ill will on nobody. I have no ill intention, but I could totally understand how he could kind of, especially when you're around a person a lot. So I had to make it very clear to him that I do not want him, I don't care where he is in this life and who he's around in his life, never absorb someone else's aura, personality traits. Never, because even the book of Proverbs, y'all love y'all Bible, right? The book of Proverbs speaks about not being friends or being close with an easily angered person, because you will absorb that spirit that they have too, unknowingly. It's the same thing for me. Women, y'all get close, the next thing you know, your cycles are at the same time as each other. So there's a connection. You unknowingly build that connection. You absorb a lot of these people's personality traits, their characteristics, their being. You ever see close friends? They act alike, they talk alike, they dress alike, and a lot of times they don't even really realize that's happening, but you're just that close. So I'd like to let him know, if you recognize that about yourself, it's okay. For me, I'm emotionally intelligent. Have that conversation with me like we had. But I would rather you have it with me earlier, but I don't think he recognized that until his, wherever he's headed on his spiritual path. He did explain to me, I'm not going there for worship. I'm going there for understanding of myself. And that made total sense for me, because I wanted to let him know that one of the things he knows that I speak heavily about is my different belief systems as it relates to, religion, as it relates to the Bible, as it relates to a lot of these zealots out here, a lot of these fakers that are just trying to be shakers. Let's tell the truth. Look at Bishop Whitehead, girl. It's not just him. Why was it so easy to throw this man in jail and find him guilty of frauding out his entire congregation, his church, his business, all the things, right? Why is it? It's not just him. It's these Creflo Dollar. It's just their paperwork shows better. They got the good attorneys. They've been doing this for millennia. Hello, God. They've been tricking the system, so they know how to not get caught on paper. But I guarantee you, if you really start pulling back those layers and become very interested, and maybe a lot of those girls weren't getting kickbacks, hello God, under the table to turn a blind eye. Anyway, I just the religious institution and the obvious zealots that run it, a lot of y'all be out here falling prey victim to some good words, but your spirit ain't alarming you about this evil entity that's just trying to come and drain you of your spirit and your financial situation, girl. Period. Y'all kill me with that. You think, and then a lot of black people, the black church loves that. You think prestige means that you've been really blessed. No, that's stealing, girl. That's the commitment of fraud, girl. You see, you want to be associated with these big mega churches because you think that being close to who looks blessed. And that's why I be telling y'all, God is not that simple. God is very complex in nature. Do you really think that God is going to care that much about your motherfucking ass to bless you with things? You want to follow Jesus? Follow what that man, if he was the son of God, right? Let them tell it. He walked the earth performing miracles, girl. He was dressed in rags, in robes, girl. He wasn't in finery. Hello. A whore had to wash his feet because they were so dirty, girl, from walking around this land blessing the girls. You let them tell it. Hello. So why do you think that it's okay for you to be dressed in luxury, living in luxury, while your congregation starves, while you drain them of everything they have and of promises of being blessed? And who are you? Who anointed you? Last time I checked, again, God is not a person. Hello. Who gave you? Besides www.howtobeascamming-ass-bishop.com. Who anointed you? So yeah, obviously have a big problem with the church. I have a big problem with these fakers trying to be shakers. Hello, God. I have a problem with all of that stuff. So my concern was very valid, you know? And I was like, hey, I want to let you know something. Like, I don't want you to think that, two things. I don't want you to think that, for one, because of my personal belief system about religion and God or whatever, I don't want that to be your reason for it. We always have discussions, and I love that he has his own mind. I want you, the way I feel is based on experience, personal experience. It's not based on anything other than that. I read the Bible. I've been a church kid. Hello, God. Grew up heavily in the church. Went to a Christian Academy private school, girl, on my last high school year. Did a research project on the history of the Bible. It is because I went through all of that and a lived experience, hello, God, that my viewpoints have definitely changed throughout the years, and I stand 10 toes down today in what I believe in because of those experiences. You're young. You haven't been through anything. You haven't go and experience that. I loved how I felt when I was, heavy in the church, and I was, giving my heart and my soul to this thing. And, I loved how it made me feel. It also forced me to do my own research, because the Spirit in those moments was telling me, don't follow into this, the construction, the institution of a place. Do your own research. Ask questions. Push the hard questions on these people. If they cannot answer it for you, you know what's tea. I know that there's not a lot of fakers out there in the world. I know that there is. I'm speaking to the multitudes that we see all the time. And you have the ability to believe what you want to believe. That's what makes this world so great. There's so much difference in adversity and different things out there. Stop believing what your parents believe in. A lot of y'all are walking in religions you know nothing about, but you carry it with you just based off your parents and their parents' parents. Fuck that shit. God don't want group thinkers. At least my God doesn't. My God wants an angel that will serve, honey, independence, truth, and justice. What does your mind tell you? What does your heart lead you to? Hello, God. A lot of us don't even be realizing we're just entranced in something because everybody else, that's how we grew up. If you have something that tugs at your spirit and tells you to be different, follow that. Because that means you're one of the few who are blessed enough, who have been touched by the real Almighty, to be an individual thinker. Someone who's actually, do you think if Albert Einstein was a weird man, a lot of the great movers and shakers of our time, the real game changers of life, that if it weren't for them and their thoughts and their viewpoints, we wouldn't exist to this day. These are the people that have changed the evolution of man because that they were different. Hello, you want to be the president, or you want to be one of the people that when the president says something, you have to do it? Hello. So the other thing is when he brought up the whole, like, you know, I do think I get that negative thing from you. And I had to explain what I explained to y'all about that. Like, please don't take my way about me to be that I said I have lived a life, I've experienced some things. So yes, my outlook, my perspectives on certain things come off a little dark in nature, but I guarantee you that I'm definitely not trying to be a negative person. I'm just, you know, I'm a Capricorn girl. I'm the dark side of Capricorn. I don't even need these glasses anymore. Shit. I just look like Mary J. Blige right here at this point. But yeah, girl. So I just say all that. Sometimes, and it made me recognize, okay, maybe I do need to watch myself, because we just don't realize, you know, how our kids. Ooh, girl, I am so fucking sorry. I didn't even see none of y'all bitches, bro. I ain't see none of y'all, bro. Hurry up, bitch. I didn't see none of y'all hoes. I almost ran all these motherfuckers over. Hurry the fuck up. Come on, y'all. Let's go. Shit. Yeah, get your ass in the house, bitch. Look at me. Even when I'm wrong, girl. Yeah, because y'all be doing too much. Y'all be still like, yeah, hurry the fuck up. I made a mistake. Now keep it moving, bitch. Stand people, bro. I'm ready to move from this area anyway. I'm tired of living over here. And this landlord still ain't been answering the phone. Anyway. But yeah, child, we got to be mindful on how we present and know that motherfuckers do pay attention. And not only do they pay attention, they absorb that energy. So that's why I'm kind of glad that because I do checks with him. Like when I notice stuff, especially with the going to church stuff, I definitely was like, okay, we got to have a conversation about this. You know, I just want to make sure that, you know, he was like, I'm just looking for some, you know, he's been through some things in his life. You know what I mean? And there's even with myself to this day at 36, there is a lost kind of vibe that I have as well. And I'm still trying to find myself. I'm not gonna lie, I'm still trying to, you know, dig through all of the trash that I've been through and find a piece of happiness, you know. I'm grateful to be here still. I'm grateful to exist. I'm when I look at my life and the things that I've gone through, yeah, I have a negative outlook on that shit. I have a negative outlook on the shitty fucking world that we live in. Damn, girl, you need to get something. That timing belt need to be fixed, girl. Put some oil on, put some lube on it, girl. That's too loud. That's why I don't fuck with Kia. No, ma'am. And what is that making all that noise? A Land Rover? Yeah, I don't fuck with that American shit. Anyway, but yeah, honey, it just forced me to kind of like look within and just be like, okay, let me just be more mindful. But I did explain to him in great detail, like that is not my nature. Like I think I'm being funny. I think that, you know, but I gotta watch that shit because so I told him, and again with the whole, you know, he's like, I know how you feel about it. I was like, no, honey, I love God. I know God exists. I've never denounced that. I just don't think about it the way everybody thinks about it. And because I don't, I get demonized. I get looked at as, oh, girl, you're a godless, soulless bitch, you know? No, that's not it. And again, girl, I would rather be one of the few that think independently than follow the sheep to slaughter, bitch. Period. Because a lot of these hoes out here, don't let them fool you, girl. They're a wolf in sheep's clothing, girl. They think so. They meet someone whose eyes are actually open, who can see the forest through the trees. The next thing you know, you're the devil. You're the demon that needs to be cast out. No, ma'am, actually, it's you. Hello. So, just be careful, girl. Be careful, girl. These hoes out here who talk that talk, honey, that's all they're good at. Mind manipulation. They use suggestive words, suggestive selling. Don't get caught up in that because you're lost. People will take advantage of that. They can sense that, just like a lot of these sorry ass men out here and sorry women, they can see the brokenness within, especially if you're a talker. You telling all your business and you go, girl, they can pick up on things and they can use things in the conversation to use against you, to manipulate you. Like, I believe in manifestation, that's true, but I also believe that there are people who use manifestation as a tool to manipulate other people, to manifest the way they're gonna scam your ass, to manifest how they're gonna play on your heart and your mind, trick you into being their little foot soldier. That's why I don't fuck with paymasters. I know I'm going everywhere with this, but these are just really extensive examples of what I'm trying to talk about when it comes to manipulation. Paymasters use money as a tool to control your ass. That's what they do. Now, how is it that we so happen to go to the same fucking place with that loud ass car? Ooh, tighten up, Mexico. Tighten up, bro. But yeah. You gotta be mindful, honey. Because that's why I've been trying to tell some of these dudes out here who are really good at running game on these girls out here in the streets, like Resta Tesla got game ran on. If y'all used that and got y'all degree in psychology, what you could have done with your life and what you could have did for other people is beyond. Like the same attitude you go into scamming these girls out of their fucking tax returns, bitch. Hello, God. Where's my wallet? Okay, here it is. It's the same. That's the same way. Y'all could have turned that into a career, bitch. Hold on. But yeah. So yeah, that's why I don't. But I want him to follow his own path, his own journey. You know. And I told him, just because I have a bias, because I have again, that's developed over many years of my own research and my lived experiences, and, you know, even the things the Spirit itself has told me. Do you think the Spirit just talks to someone who got their fucking certification on www.howtobeascammingAssBishop.com? Do you think that they're the only people? No, girl, I've always been blessed as a child with great intuition, and I don't just call it intuition as the gift of discernment to be able to feel and see things beyond what the fuck you're actually looking at. I've had contact with spirits. I have seen things. Again, my lived experiences let me know how complex the real God is. So again, do not follow because I have said or I have given you my experience. The only reason I talk the way that I do to people that have independent, I want you to develop a different perspective than what society will tell you. My mission is not to change your belief system. My mission is to add another belief system. Because there's not just one way of looking at things. Hello? That's what that conforming bullshit, that's what Christianity, that's what Catholicism is, that's what all these other religions really are at the end of the fucking day. That's what they are. Yeah, I see the police, bitch. Cut my damn lights on. So that's what my mission is. It's not to deter you. It's to add something else to what a lot of these dominant group societies, the brand name Christian, the brand name Catholic, the brand name Jesus, all of that is the brand, which can become all-consuming and single-minded, one-sided. Again, that's why I loved History Girl, because y'all bitches will literally sit here and socially condition the kids down to the schoolhouse that life was one way. But when you actually step into a real library and not just lean on the understanding of Wikipedia, bitch, you start to see the real truth in all the cover-ups that took place within our history. Hello? Can I get an amen in the comment section if you're with me? You don't have to be with me, but if you are with me, you understand where I'm coming from, throw an amen down to the comments. Because these people will really sit down here and try to tell you some shit. It's called his story for a reason, girl. His story, girl. The people that win, hello God, have written their own experiences. We don't get to hear too much from the losers. Hello. You telling me all these great men were white? You gotta be kidding me. Girl, all the great men were white. Girl, shut the hell up. As far as evolution is concerned, and science tells us that y'all were last in the developing world. Girl, while you girls were over here discovering the wheel, bitch, you discovered the wheel because we made the wheel. Our ancestors made that wheel, bitch. Hello. You guys never created anything. But then you create a whole religion because it serves the narrative that white people are the greatest. Obey your earthly masters and things like that are mentioned in their Bible, that they forced upon the kids. And so I don't fuck with that Christian shit. So I don't fuck with this heavy religious stuff that y'all got going on, especially the institution of religion. I don't fuck with none of that. And again, I just want my nephew to develop his own mind. If you are going to find peace and solace in that, and just like he said, he's not going there for words, he's going there for a better understanding of himself. And again, that hit with me because that's why I did it. And that's where I did develop that deeper, more in-depth understanding of myself, the world around me, and the God that I now believe in. Hello. But anyway, this is longer than it needed to be. I just wanted to, that was on my spirit to talk about. Even your own Bible talks about do not becoming conformed of the world. And who knows what world actually meant. World could mean society itself, the community in which you're from, your family. Hello, because it's easy. You grow up Christian. You was going to church every goddamn day. You was out here to the fish fries, girl, the bake sales and things. You were in the choir. You did all these things. So of course, but you don't realize that belief system has been prepared for you. You didn't discover that. You know what I mean? That's not something that you willingly fell upon. And again, I believe the real God wants us to question everything in this life. Again, the real makers of this world, the people that had a heart, who had love for humanity, the researchers, the people that were bold enough, like Charles Darwin, to get out here in these here streets, girl, and literally risk their lives exploring and discovering new species and new things in this life, to tell the real story that has been covered up about our evolution, about our things. I think the real God wants us to untap, because that's how we will unlock our true potential. We were made from gods, and I think they're heavily disappointed that we lack and we underappreciate our existence. Imagine that. A real God is not a one that is filled with wondrous power. Creators of life and destruction, because within destruction comes life. It's crazy how that balance goes. We be looking at fire as this devastating thing, but you don't realize after a fire, you become reborn. Like the phoenix. What's up, little dad? It's been a minute since I've been here. And I know that there's been some new blood. I love new blood. Girl, I know y'all gonna be like, oh, you're a vampire? No, I don't like actual blood. You know what I mean. Y'all know what I mean, girl. But yeah, anyway, that's all I really got. I'm finna get in here and work out. I love y'all. And again, be blessed. Be never stressed. Hello. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Follow me on Instagram at YB Speaks. Yeah. All right, y'all. Take care. Bye.